The 2023 Hollywood strikes, a seismic event that paralyzed the entertainment industry for nearly 4 months, tested the resilience of countless actors, writers, and crew members. From July to November, picket lines snaked through Los Angeles and New York, chants of solidarity mingling with the honks of passing cars, as the Writers Guild of America and SAG-AFTRA fought for fair wages, residuals in the streaming era, and protections against AI encroachment. For Hailee Steinfeld, the multifaceted talent whose career spans child acting prodigy to Oscar-nominated performer and pop sensation, this shutdown was a crucible. Accustomed to a whirlwind of auditions, rehearsals, and red carpets since her breakout at age 10 in She's a Fox and the Coen brothers' True Grit, Steinfeld found herself unmoored, stripped of the structure that defined her professional life. In a raw interview with Bustle magazine, she recounted the disorientation. "I felt so lost and so creatively stunted. I needed something, a form of connection. What do I do?" Out of this void emerged Bo's Society, a newsletter that not only sustained her during the turmoil but blossomed into a Substack powerhouse with nearly 87,000 weekly readers, redefining her relationship with creativity. Steinfeld's trajectory had always been one of versatility. At 10, she charmed audiences with her wide-eyed innocence in short films, but True Grit at 14 catapulted her into the stratosphere, earning a Critics' Choice nomination and whispers of next big thing. Roles in Romeo and Juliet, the Pitch Perfect franchise, and The Edge of 17 showcased her range, from romantic leads to sharp-witted teens, culminating in voice work for Vi's Arcane, where her portrayal of Vi blended grit and vulnerability. Music, too, was a parallel passion. Tracks like Love Myself and Most Girls blended pop hooks with empowering lyrics, amassing millions of streams. Yet the strike halted everything. No sets, no studios, no stages. For Steinfeld, whose identity was intertwined with performance, this pause forced introspection. "The industry is my oxygen," she admitted, and suddenly it was gone. Days blurred into weeks of walks in her Los Angeles neighborhood, journaling frustrations, and questioning her path beyond acting. The spark for Bo's Society ignited during a late-night scroll through Substack, a platform democratizing publishing. What began as a whim, a desire to share unfiltered thoughts on beauty, vulnerability, and womanhood, evolved into a ritual. Bo nods to her husband, NFL quarterback Josh Allen, a playful shorthand for the beauty in their shared life. The inaugural post, penned in her kitchen amid half-eaten takeout, was a stream of consciousness reflection on strike solidarity, the camaraderie of picket line playlists, the absurdity of rehearsing monologues to empty rooms. Subscribers trickled in, friends, fans, fellow actors, drawn to her candor. "My creative drive is through my newsletter now," Steinfeld reflected, the words a mantra for reinvention. Themes emerged organically. Essays on imposter syndrome in Hollywood, lists of underrated books for rainy days, Q&As with artists navigating uncertainty. Each dispatch felt like a letter to herself, a reclamation of narrative control when the industry dictated her story. As the strike dragged on, Bo's Society became a lifeline. Steinfeld structured her days around it. Mornings brainstorming titles, afternoons drafting, evenings engaging with readers' emails. The community aspect surprised her most. Comment sections buzzing with shared strike stories, from baristas moonlighting as screenwriters to actors temping as dog walkers. "It was connection when isolation threatened," she said. By September, with negotiations stalled, her subscriber count hit 10,000, prompting features in Variety and The Hollywood Reporter. Monetization followed organically, paid tiers offering bonus content like poetry prompts or virtual book clubs. Steinfeld poured earnings into strike funds, turning personal gain into collective good. This alchemy, vulnerability into value, mirrored her acting ethos, authenticity over artifice. A highlight was the Q&A with Allen, a window into their romance that humanized the power couple. Engaged on November 22, 2024, after a proposal in Portugal, they wed on May 31, 2025, in an intimate California ceremony overlooking the Pacific, palm fronds swaying, vows exchanged at sunset. The newsletter feature, titled Bo's Bo, captured Allen's recounting of the near spoil. Steinfeld, mid-hike, blurting, "Can we get married already? What are you waiting for?" Moments later, on one knee, Allen laughed, "Little did you know I was about to propose?" Readers devoured the anecdote, flooding inboxes with toasts. It wasn't gossip, it was intimacy, Steinfeld's way of demystifying fame. Their life, game days in Buffalo, quiet nights cooking pasta, contrasted Hollywood's gloss, grounding her amid reinvention. The strike's end in November 2023 didn't dim Bose Society's glow, it amplified it. With projects resuming, a Marvel role, album teases, Steinfeld balanced both worlds, newsletter posts now weaving in set anecdotes or tour prep. Subscriber growth to 87,000 reflects its appeal, not celebrity worship but relatable wisdom. Steinfeld credits it with reigniting her spark. It taught me creation isn't confined to screens. Lessons from the hiatus linger. The strike exposed inequities, streaming residuals dwarfing theatrical pay, AI threats to jobs, forcing her to advocate fiercer. She's joined panels on labor rights, donated to funds, her voice amplified by Bo's platform. Looking back, Steinfeld views 2023 as pivotal. I reinvented not despite the strike but because of it, she mused. For aspiring artists, her story is blueprint. Embrace voids as canvases. As Bose Society evolves, perhaps podcasts, collabs, Steinfeld stands resilient, a testament that true reinvention blooms in uncertainty, one newsletter at a time.